好，同学们大家好，今天祝大家春节快乐。今天我们来去讲解一下呢，雅思口语1到4月份的这个预测题目是怎么样我们这次的话只有3个题目不可以去套上万能故事，也就是说这次95%的预测题目的话，全部都可以去套用我们1个万能故事或者4个万能原因。那究竟应该是怎么学习这一系列的8分示范答案呢？第一个就是呢，去关注我们的 YouTube 频道或者是 B 站或者是微信公众号这3个的任何一个，因为我们每天都会给大家去更新2个8分的示范答案。然后第二个就是呢，所有的示范答案的话呢的文字稿，你都可以在微信公众号后台回复资料包3个字下载。那以前已经下载过这个示范答案的已经下载过资料包的同学的话，如果你保留了我们的 Google Link， 就不需要再去下载了。这是第2件事情。然后第3件事情是呢，这个季度的示范答案的讲解的方法有一点点不一样。这个季度的话，我会在每一个示范答案的前面会给你一些提示的问题，会让你去思考。比如说这个题目你需要去知道一下是怎么样去套用这个万能故事的。比如说这个题目的最后一问，仔细听我是怎么样去回答的。这个题目里面用了哪一些8分的一些词组，然后你在这个视频下面留言，这样大家可以一起去讨论一下。然后如果你是比较着急考过的同学的话呢，我们的1对1的课程的话呢，我们的 coach 是可以帮助你去想到你的万能故事，并且帮助你把这个万能故事确保你可以去套用所有这次的题目，然后里面的一些地道表达话也全部都会帮你去想出来的。然后具体的链接的话，在这个视频的下面。然后我们先会带着你去复习一下这个万能故事是怎么样去想出来的，然后我们就会一起去看整个季度的这个示范答案。你记得所有的示范答案套用的都是我自己的这个万能故事，肯定跟你的这个万能故事并不是一样的，重点听的就是你套用的思路是什么。好，我们现在来去讲解一下我们第一个故事吧。好，同学们大家好，你现在去看到的是呢，雅思口语1到4月份预测题目8分示范答案的第一个故事。那我们整个季度题目的话呢，大概有95%的题可以套1个万能故事和4个万能原因。想知道怎么去套用的同学的话，点击视频下面链接去看一下那个 Study with me。好，我们现在来去讲解一下这个题是 Describe an outdoor activity you recently did in a new place。在你去听我去给你去做示范的时候的话呢，首先你需要去听一下，就是呢，我这个故事为什么我没有100%直接去套用我自己的万能故事？我的万能故事是呢，我之前不敢进入一段感情，看了一本书之后的话，知道如何去进入一段感情了。但是我没有直接去套这个故事，而是把我这个故事做了一个改变。第二个问题是我这个改变究竟是什么？为什么这个改变不仅可以去让我套上这一个题，还可以套用接下来那2个题目？所以接下来2个题你也一定要去认真的来去听一听啊。好，下面就一起来去看一下这个题的示范答案吧。An outdoor activity I recently did in a new place. About a month ago, I went to a hotel called Anatara, which is in the old city. I went there to attend a seminar hosted by 2 well-known entrepreneurs, Amy and Alexandra. Actually, they are a couple, and then they have built a lot of successful businesses together. Regarding what the activity was. So during the seminar, they shared with us a lot of useful business tips regarding how to build a business together with your partner and how to grow your relationship together as well. For whether I thought it was difficult to an extent that I needed somebody's help, actually it was very easy to follow, so I didn't need to ask anybody for help. Regarding why I attended this activity, I think the main reason was because my partner joined the company around 3 years ago. We realized that we tend to handle things completely the opposite way, so sometimes we tend to get on each other's nerves. In order to solve these disagreements, I think it was very important for us to learn from those who have already experienced similar issues in their lives, and these 2 people are definitely the ones that I think we can learn a lot from. Another reason was because unlike other gurus who tend to share with you some very abstract tips about, those tips, what kind of tips, like quick to success tips. These 2 people tend to be more down to earth. They really walk the talk. As I mentioned before, they've built several multi-million-dollar businesses together, so I think it's a very valuable experience for both of us to learn from those who are already successful. 同学们，大家好！你现在收看的是雅思口语8分示范答案的第2个故事。Describe a website you often visit。那我们这个季度的话呢，95%的题都可以套1个万能故事和4个万能原因，是我们可以套用最灵活的一个季度的预测题啊。如果你想知道怎么套用的话，记得去看一下下面那个 Study with me。好，我们现在讲这个题是一个 website you often visit， 实际上是跟我们去讲解的那个第1个题目，因为我们现在是讲第2个题。第1个题是 Describe an outdoor activity you recently did in a new place， 这2个题用的是一个 topic。然后你现在再去听我的示范的时候的话，你要想一想，就是这个题目在为什么可以和刚才那个题是用的一模一样的故事。然后你要去注意一下，是我哪些句型和刚才那个题目用的都是一模一样的，这样你会觉得雅思口语也没有那么难啦。好，一起来去听一下这个题目的示范答案吧。Describe a website you often visit. There's really a website that I've been visiting almost every weekend. The website is called Entrepreneur's Corner. It was founded by 2 entrepreneurs. Actually, they're a couple. They have built several multiple $million businesses together. The website is about some very useful and educational videos, and those videos are to teach you how to build a business together with your partner and how to grow your relationship to a new level as well. As I mentioned before, I often visit this website almost every week, and actually it has become a very important part of my life. I feel that it has become a game changer to not only my business, I mean the business I built together with my partner, as well as the game changer to our relationship. Explain why I often visited. I think the main reason was because about 3 years ago, actually I found this website about 3 years ago through Google. Around that period of time, my partner just joined the company, and I realized that we handle things completely the opposite way. And sometimes we tend to get on each other's nerves. So I think it was very important for us to learn from those who have experienced something similar. Then I found this website, and then I realized that all those tips shared on this website are extremely practical and very easy to follow. Another reason is because unlike other gurus who tend to share with you some quick to success like tips, these 2 couples here are very down to earth. They really walk the talk. 好，这个时候的话，你发现已经没有时间了，所以你就可以去停止了哈。想一想我的问题啊，这个故事里面哪些句子和上面一个故事用的都是一模一样的。好，同学们大家好，我们今天来去收看的是呢，雅思口语 Part2 1到4月份预测题目8分示范答案的第3个故事了。那我们这个故事讲解是 Describe a person you met at a party who you enjoy talking with。那这个故事实际上和我们前2个故事用的题材都是一模一样的。那我想问你的一个问题呢，就是当你在去描述人物的时候，在这个故事我回答最后一问 Why you enjoy talking with her 的时候的话呢，虽然我用的也是前面一模一样的这个题材，我把哪些句子稍微做了一个改变，让这个故事放在这个题材里，就放在这个题目里面变得更切题了。可以在这个视频下面留言一下啊。好，我们现在来去一起听一下这个故事吧。A person I met at a party who I enjoy talking with. That was around 3 years ago. Right after the COVID started, I went to a party in Da Nang, and it was organized by an entrepreneurs meetup group. During that party, I met a very sweet girl whose name is Amy. I really enjoyed my conversation with her. We talked about almost everything. For example, how she built the businesses together with her husband, and what are the obstacles they overcame, and also the struggles that I had been through with my partner. Building a business together. We also talked about our daily routines, productivity tips, and how could we manage to balance our life and how could we manage to balance our relationship as well as our work life. Now, I didn't know why I just immediately clicked with her, probably because we had similar experience and she built a lot of businesses with her husband together. And during that period of time, I was building a business together with my partner as well. Now let's talk about why I really enjoyed talking with her. I think the main reason was because compared to most of the people on the party, who tended to focus too much on what they can get from you, who you know, and what do you do for a living, and they would ask you those typical questions. Amy focused more on sharing her stories. She focused more on giving instead of taking something from you. I guess that was the main reason why I enjoyed my conversation so much from her. And actually, we've been friends for since then, and I really like her. 好，这个题目就分享完啦。好，同学们，大家好，你现在收看的是呢雅思口语1到4月份预测题 Part2 8分示范答案的第4个故事了。我们来去讲解一下关于这个历史时期 ，Describe a historical period you would like to know more。那很多学生都觉得这个题特别难，就一定要去 Google 一个就是要去 Google 一个出来一个具体的一个历史时期。但这个题实际上是可以去套用你们的万能故事的然后呢，你们等一会儿再去听我的故事的时候，认真听一下我是怎么样去套用我的那个万能故事的。我的万能故事就是我以前就是很担心进入一段感情，然后后来就是终于克服了这个担心，然后最终成功的进入了一段感情的这个故事。看一下我是怎么样去套用的然后呢，还有一点就是呢，仔细再去想一想，像这些类似的比较难的题目，怎么样我们可以通过结合这个万能故事，可以把它去说的更简单一点点。那我们这个季度有95%的题都可以去套用这个万能故事。如果你还没有去看那个 Study with me 的话呢，视频下面有这个具体的链接好，下面就可以去看一下这个题目的示范答案啦。A historical period I would like to know more. Actually, I'm being very curious about how did Spanish people come to Central American countries to colonize them many years ago. Regarding what I'm particularly interested in, I'm very interested in how did Spanish people come to Puerto Rico to colonize them, and then how did they teach them to speak Spanish. I'm also curious about what kind of technologies they used to travel all the way from another side of the ocean to this side of the ocean. I'm just genuinely curious about it. For what I have known so far, at the moment I don't know too much about it. Let me think about it. One thing I've known is that maybe hundreds of years ago there were a group of Spanish soldiers. They sailed from Spain to Central America. After they settled down in this area, they started to teach local people their culture. That's why people from Central American countries speak Spanish, but I'm not sure whether I understand it correctly or wrong. Regarding why I'm so curious about this period of history, I think the main reason is that my partner is originally from Puerto Rico. I think when it comes to the family gathering, if I could know a little bit about his past, I would have more things to talk about with his family members. To be honest, I'm not a people person, so I think knowing something about their history would help me to get along with his family and further help me to connect with them. Another reason is that 同学们，大家好！你现在收看的是呢雅思口语1到4月份预测题目8分示范答案第5个题了。那我们这个题来去讲解一下 ，Describe something that you did with another person or a group of people。那这个题实际上也可以去套用我们的万能故事。这个季度万能故事实际上可以去套用95%的题。如果你还没看怎么套用的话呢，可以点击视频下面链接去学习一下那个 Study with me。我们带大家一起去串了一下题那这个题目等一会儿你去听我的示范答案的时候，你仔细听一下。最后一问问的是 Why you did it?Together with another person or a group of people， 你再去听我再去解释这个 why 的时候，我是怎么样去用的，用了哪些流利度的模板了。比如说 whenever 有没有 compare with 有没有用 if 这个。然后呢，第二个问题呢，就是这个题目到底是怎么样去套用我那个万能故事的？认真去听一下My mom came to Chiang Mai to visit me about a month ago, so my partner and I planned the first 2 days activities for her together, and that first 2 days happened to be the last 2 days of last year, December 30th and December 31st. So those 2 days are a little bit special. Who I did it with and how long it took me to plan everything out with my partner. It didn't take us too long. Actually, we didn't even plan for her first meal until the day she arrived. And it was just, the idea just came to us out of the blue. We passed by a hotel next to the airport, and then we were thinking, maybe we can have a lunch buffet at the airport. Regarding why I did it together with my partner, I think the main reason is that compared with other people or maybe other normal parents, my mom is a little bit different. In a good way and in a bad way. In a bad way, her mood is a little bit unstable or unpredictable. Sometimes if things cannot go her way, she would be very pissed and she would be very mad at it. So in order to reduce the risk factor, it's better for us to work out a plan together. Another reason is because another reason is because my partner and I have different strengths. I definitely know my mom better, her temperaments and her personalities, whereas my partner is a person who is more detail oriented. So if we can work out a plan together, my mom will definitely enjoy it. It just my mom is more likely to enjoy her stay in Chiang Mai. Apart from that, 好，这样就可以说完了啊。好，同学们大家好，你现在收看的是呢雅思口语1到4月份预测题目 Part2 8分示范答案的第6个题目了。这个题目我们要聊一聊 Describe a place you visited where the air was polluted。然后这个题的难点是呢，最后一问是 How you felt about the place， 就是你对于这个地方的一个感受是什么样子的。那这个题目的话，我是没有办法套万能故事的。但是这个季度的题目的话，有95%题都可以套一个万能故事。如果你想知道具体怎么套的话呢，视频下面是有这个链接的。那这个题目的这一个，主要你要去听的是什么呀？你要听我再去讲这个故事的时候，怎么样避免去用很多形容词，就记一些形容词，记硬背一些形容词去形容这个污染，而是把重点放到自己的一个感受上。这样我可以用一些比较通用的一些词组，不仅可以用在这个 topic 上，我还可以用在其他 topic 上。比如说，我就把这个套路的话，实际上把这个故事用了很多去聊我自己关于 creativity 的 creative work， 关于这个 work efficiency 的一些词组。你看一下我是怎么样去套用在这个题目里边的。那这些词组的话，不仅可以用在这个故事，还可以用在你 Part 1啊，或者是你 Part 3的一些表达里面。仔细听一下啊。It happens to be the pollution season in Chiang Mai, about 2 to 3 months ago. I think 3 months ago, my friends and I went to the mountain in Chiang Mai, which was not far from the city. It was about an hour driving, and when I visited there, we had been in the city for too long. We just needed some fresh air. That's why we went to the mountain. But we didn't know that actually the air in the mountain was even more polluted than the air in the city area. The main reason was because it was the burning season. Actually, we are in the burning season now, which means that every year when it comes to this season, the villagers and also the farmers on those mountains, they will burn the corpse so that there will be a lot of space for them to grow some new plants for the new year. I heard that this is the most cost-effective way for them to have those empty lands. Otherwise, they would have spent a lot of money on it. Regarding how I felt about the place, I mean the mountain, I think actually the mountain was a very good place for me to hang out with my friends on weekends, even though it was polluted. Actually, at that time, it was not that polluted. I remember that when I was in the mountain, immersing myself in the beautiful scenery, I did feel more refreshed. And after I came back from this trip, it was much easier for me to get new ideas and to work more effectively than before. 好，同学们大家好，你现在收看的是呢雅思口语1到4月份8分示范答案的第7个故事了。我们来去讲解一下，是一个 describe a noisy place you have been to。那这个题目是一个比较有噪音的这个地方，很多学生都觉得这个题有点难，是吧？这个题确实是不是特别好套咱们这个万能故事。但是，一般这个思路呢，就是你要想一个你最近经历过的一些地方。比如说，我有学生会想他去过的一个图书馆会比较闹。比如说，我想这就是 Halloween 的一个 horror night， 然后那天就特别闹，很多人在叫。你要想想，你这个地方要有不一样子的噪音，你不要只是一个噪音，不然咱们就没有办法把这个故事说的那么生动有意思了。然后这个题是没有办法套万能故事，但是我们这个季度95%的题都可以套万能故事。具体思路的话，在这个视频的下面。这个题等一会儿你再去听我的这个8分示范的时候，仔细听一下什么呢？仔细听一下，这个题实际上是一个特别无聊，没什么话可说的这么一个题的吧？你仔细听一下，我怎么把这个很无聊、没话可说这么一个地点类的题，说的更像是一个故事一样，这样我们才可以去引入一些8分的地道的表达。认真听一下啊。Last year in October, I went to Singapore for the Halloween Horror Night, which is definitely one of a kind experience. And that was my first time joining the Halloween Horror Night, and that was also the first time they resumed this activity. Actually, this event was cancelled for 2 years during COVID. So you could imagine there must be a lot of people. Yes, it was so packed. Everywhere was packed with a lot of people and long lines. Luckily, we got some faster pass. Now let's talk about what I did there. I did a variety of activities. I was curious about everything because it was my first time. I went to all the haunted houses. I also tried the tallest roller coaster, which was so scary. I remember that after I came down from the roller coaster, I was so scared, and then I just couldn't help shaking my body. Apart from that, what else I did? I also watched a few shows which were not that interesting, but had some interesting storylines in it. Now let's talk about why I feel it's a very noisy place. Because there were sounds from everywhere. There were a lot of people screaming, and there were people yelling at their friends, telling them to catch up soon because they had to rush to the next activity. There was also music from different activities like the roller coasters or maybe different shows. So in that case, all types of sounds were mixed together, which would make the whole park very noisy. I guess that was the main reason why it was so noisy, and also because there were so many people there.